Have you ever done one of those things where you kind of half regret doing the deal, but it's too late now and you're thinking, I must be mad? Well, this is what I've done. I bought a Mark 3 VR6 Golf. Let's check this out. So here's a walk around video of the Mark 3 Golf VR6 in the daylight. Yeah, obviously like there's no radiator or anything. It's all missing. Look at the wheels. They're kind of growing on me. It's like they're all clean and obviously like new tires and everything. They wouldn't look bad. And they do kind of like sit in nicely inside the car. Let's sit with the spoiler on. Back of it. I now have the rear bumper on, front bumper on. Wing mirrors on. There are crystals in the front. Very nice. I have crystals side repeaters. Dash is in. I don't know, maybe the more I look at the car, the worse it gets, not the better it gets. We have a black headliner, so grey handles, grey trim, black headliner, wooden gear stick. We have a radio, found a radio to go onto it. And then loads of trim. So there's more trim in boxes everywhere else. But yeah, that's how it's looking so far. And I have to completely rebuild the entire boot lid. There is nothing there, it is only metal. Because it's there's nothing in it, the rams go up really fast. Or the rams, sorry, lift the bonnet really fast. A little bit ripped there, maybe we just cover it again. Or get rid of the vinyl altogether. So yeah, there's nothing there. The only thing that's there is to lock or unlock or release. I don't know what that is. Oh, vacuum pump, okay. So yeah, the pipes come up this way, come through a grommet. Like there's a grommet with an accordion on it. And then they go all the way down and do stuff here. And then there's another one that sits here. I think it only does the rear light. I think that's what that one does. So the brake light would come up this way. And there's some power in those rams. But yeah, that's the center brake light. I'm getting rid of Mark Murphy motors, so I don't advertise other people. Rear lights are in. And there is this kind of plastic trim that goes around the rear light. They're wired up currently, just have to tighten up nuts and bolts. And now that I have the rear or the roof liner in, now I can put in the rear trim. That's the start of the parcel shelf. There is a fake, that's where the speaker should fit, and it's flush, so no speaker there. I have not one but two covers that go across here. Thankfully there are no holes in it for rear speakers, so the parcel shelf is complete. That's more parts for this here. Working our way around, I have trim to go back in. That's one door card, a rear door card. There's a second rear door card to go in. Obviously the two front door cards can only go in when I have the glass in. The glass can only go in when I get the handle that, or the clip that holds the glass, so the electric motors go up and down. I'm not putting in the airbags just yet until I have the car actually wired in case they explode. Yeah, that's everything. There's electric motors that I got of other cars. None of them really fit, so I'm just going to buy them. Center console. The trim here, I think we'll just have to super glue it just onto the lip the whole way around, just so it's correct. Got a black trim for there. Got the black trim for there. And even got out of the 3.5 Cabriolet, there's a little mat that sits there. So I got the mat. I got the 3.5 hazard lights. You can either use this one up here or this one down here. This one is cleaner, so you have all your buttons together. And I do have the trim off the 3.5, so you get rid of the hazard lights altogether, and then it comes all the way out flush, so you don't see the button. I don't know which one to use. That one's currently wired up and probably will work, so I won't bother with it. There's headlight leveling sensors on it. So yeah, there's airbag and ABS. There's no ABS actually on this car. And that's it so far. The dash is still out because I'm still wiring it, and I've gotten rid of the factory immobilizer or factory alarm system, so that's gone because I don't have the correct key. Never got it with it. That's it with the color coded wing mirrors. I do have black ones, but I think the color coded are actually quite nice. These trims here are black. This one down here is in black if I want it. I don't know. See, there's going to be a front splitter, that's going to be black. Then it would make sense to have this black because there's a rear trim back here is black. So it kind of goes black, red, black. So you have the black stripe there all up front. Then you'd have the red. Then you have the black. So maybe this will go black. And there's a black VR6 splitter to go on there as well. Front, back windows still to be glued in. Front window still to be glued in. And yeah, loads of stuff. The other thing I'm waiting on is the gasket that goes on the rear spoiler. Not the rear spoiler, the rear aerial. Might do what the TD has and use the shark fin, but for the moment I'm going to try use the factory stuff just because I want the radio to work. Brakes, I don't know. I think they're yeah, they're brand new. They've just been covered in a layer of primer. Same at the front. There, look. Yeah, no lip whatsoever. So they're just brand new ones, just with primer because the whole car got sprayed. No calipers. Calipers are currently in a bag somewhere. And that's really it. Like, when I got the car, everything was inside the car or came in boxes. So the bumpers were missing, front bumpers. The splitter here or the rear spoiler was missing. The rams are missing. Zero trim, nothing inside it. It was gutted. Not even the steering wheel, no the steering column, no pedal box, no dash, no center dash, no carpets. None of this plastic or rubber trim here for the windows. No side mirrors, no door handles, no rubber. Everything was gone. Like this and this was gone. Literally there was a big rope holding all the windows or holding all the doors together, tied into the boot. Like nothing was in the car. The car was just steel. That's all it was. Steel that had been freshly painted. And it's been painted about 8 years ago. And then more or less abandoned project. But that's how it looks. And yeah. I think I'm still mad for buying a Mark III Golf. I never liked them as a car, and to be honest, it's growing on me. It actually is growing on me. Still not sure about the wheels, but do you think I have better wheels? What wheels could I put onto this car? What wheels would be nice? They're 5x100, so they have to be 5x100. They couldn't be 4x100 or 5x112. They have to be 5x100. But oh yeah, lift the bonnet. Now obviously I've put the steering wheel and everything back in. The K-frame was there, but nothing else. And there's just a few wires. That's the ECU. And I think the idea was that there's going to be a battery in the boot. So this was all kind of body flushed. I don't personally like it, but that's what it was. I'm going to put the battery back into the factory location, and then the airbox will sit this side, or it might be a snorkel. But yeah, getting there. So obviously the wipers were missing as well. Like everything was missing on this car. Like the loom was literally thrown in through the window because the car has been painted. So it was just 100% just metal. So I've taken a just metal frame. It still had the axles and the wheels and everything. They were still attached. But basically, full metal car, painted, and now I'm putting it back together again. And there was just boxes and boxes and boxes of just parts, nuts and bolts all mixed together. So I've been slowly sorting everything out, trying to figure out what fits with what. Like there's Mark II Golf, there's Mark III Golf, there's a few different Mark IIIs all mixed in. There's a turbo diesel, a 20 valve, no, 2 litre 16 valve or 2 litre 8 valve parts. Everything thrown into boxes, all mixed together. Who knows what's what. So far, I think I nearly have everything I need, apart from obviously the electric windows and the seal for the rear aerial. And the problem with the rear aerial is I can't put the rest of the trim in because I'll need to put my hand up in through there to tighten up the nut, and I can't just put the aerial on because it'll leak. So that's currently where I'm stopping at. I might be able to put the side windows in, but I'm putting the side windows in. I really just want to put the front window in, and then obviously I want to have the front windows here in as well, so make the car totally waterproof, so when I have it outside or whatever, won't leak. Color, it is candy apple red. I really like it. At the start I was like, not really gone, like, will I like him or not? I think I do like it, yeah. So this is my new project, the mk3 Golf VR6 3-door in candy apple red. That is 100% a project. Yeah, so it's currently a van, and I have to get re-registered to become a car, but it's a VR6, so that is pretty cool. I'll show you the VR6 next. Okay, here we are in a new location, and this is the VR6. So the cover is painted candy apple red as well, and that's the VR6. So the VR6 has been kind of pulled apart, so the manifold here is loose. I just have it draped on top of it. The exhaust manifold is loose. Like, it was taken apart for the head to be pulled off. I'm not going to pull the head off, I don't think. I'm going to check the chains, obviously, and I'm going to try and clean everything, make sure there's no dirt in any of the cylinders or in the manifolds, and I'm going to try and just put 12 volt to the starter, turn it over, obviously check that there's oil first, turn it over and try build some pressure up into the head, then check the chains, make sure that they're kind of tight and all that, and if it's good, I'm going to put it into the car and just send it. If not, I'll obviously we'll do the chains. The gearbox is a cable change, but it's the Mark II early Mark III cable change. It's not rod change, thankfully. I have a O2J shift tower and cables, so thinking might do that. To be honest, I don't know whether I will or not. Have a 6 branch, so 6 into 3 into 1 exhaust manifold, and then the exhaust system to go with it. That's an aftermarket one. I have the OEM one as well. Like, it's been pulled apart, ready to be, like, for some work to be done. And look, I think it's, I don't know. I think it's partial madness to buy this car, because you don't get to test drive it. You don't get to know anything about it. You're paying a ridiculous price for this car, but then you don't have to paint it on the other side. So, like, I don't know, but I really hope this engine's good. I turned on the clocks, and I'll show you another video how many miles are actually on this engine. It's pretty good, so hopefully it's a good engine. And yeah, I have ABS. No, I have air conditioning, so that might be a novelty to have on a car in Ireland where it rains a lot. But yeah, so absolute madness of a project. I couldn't believe I've ever done this or would do it again, but somehow I did. And yeah, so taking on this project, never done a VR6 before like that's been taken apart this much. Like the last one, which was for the Corrado, it was running on the ground, and all I had to do is drop it into another Corrado. So there's another video coming out on that where I actually start for the first time and what's going to happen to that project, because that project is currently on hold. So let's should we set ourselves a crazy amount of time to get this done, which I'm thinking Dubshed 2026, will I have this car at the show or not? I honestly don't know, like, because it's not only do I have to put all this back, I have to do all the paperwork, NCT, insurance, all the other stuff, and I know this is going to be a bit of a hassle to do, but it is an Irish plate so I don't have to VRT it, and it's from my city or my county that I'm from, so I've never owned a car with the reg that I'm from, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, VR6, so really happy with that. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Give it a thumbs up, keep watching, there's more videos coming out of what I've done to the car. Subscribe over there. See you later.